My anxiety. It's weird. It's like most people have anxiety of, oh, I don't want to do that. But I have the anxiety of, if I don't do that, then I miss out, you know. I never meet a stranger, and that's what my mom and dad have always told me. They tell everybody, like, I never meet a stranger. And, like, I've walked down the pier back home with my friends, and they're like, you don't meet a stranger, dude. I said, nope, watch this. And I just walked up to a random family and hanging out with them. They gave me a hot dog, and I was, like, best friends with their kids and their mom and dad. I got the dad's number. I mean, I can walk up to anybody and become their best friend. I think that's also because I'm anxious about not having anybody, of like being alone, scared of certain things, to the point where I'll be out with my girlfriend and she'll look at me and be like, quit being stupid, quit being crazy, please. It's embarrassing. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I just don't know how to act. You know, I get anxious. I'm like, what do I do? Where do I go? Oh, do that. Yeah, I'll do that. It's helped me out on stage a lot. I'll say that because like there's been times on stage where I'm like, I'm standing in the backstage. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. But if I don't do it, then what's going to happen? Oh no. And then I just get out there and I'll be thinking in my head, probably shouldn't play that lick. And then I'll play that lick and it just works out. So it helps me and it hurts me, but I hate it because I can never make my mind up. I can never carry on one conversation about one subject. If I ever go to tell you a story, I'll tell you every little detail, and that's just because I'm scared you won't understand. I get really anxious when people look at me. Like, they don't say anything, they just look at me. Like, if I'm walking down somewhere and I'm just like, what? But I will say this, the one thing that always helped me with that, and this goes out to anybody that has anxiety and doesn't want to deal with it or just wants an escape. I'm not telling you to buy a motorcycle, but I'm not telling you not to buy a motorcycle, because I will say, as soon as I flip that mask down, nobody knows me, nobody knows who I am, nobody knows my name, nobody knows what I look like, and I'm just me in my zone. I've seen videos on TikTok of me, it's me dancing at a red light on my gold wrapped 600 RR, and I'm just dancing like this, and they're like, who is this guy? And I know it's me, but like, I don't have to say anything, I don't have to be scared about it, because nobody can see me. It's like a mask of, I can be open to people, I can talk to people, I can flip my visor up, say hi to anybody I want to, and tell them a story about anything and not have to worry about them not understanding. It's just like, they're not going to know it's me, so if I do screw up, oh well. You know? It's a mask, and that's the thing I really hate about myself, is the fact that if I'm not covered up and hitting away, I force myself to be right there front center stage. And there's no middle ground. I can't be a rhythm guitarist, I can't be a sound guy. I've got to be the lead guitarist in the spotlight, or it's not happening. You know? And I hate that. And it's not because I'm the guy, I gotta be like that. It's because I have a mental problem.
Handling my emotions. Coming into life with the economy being the way it is, it puts a lot of stress on me. So the happy, outgoing person I once was has like went down the drain, and it's let my anger take effect and depression. So yeah, definitely my emotions.
I guess just the way that I take in everything. I should be more grateful for the things that I have. I'm very ungrateful for certain things, and I need to change that. Because I've been through so much that I kind of just got to the point where it was just like, if no one's going to give it to me, I'm just going to take it, no matter what it was going to do, you know? Like, I was going to go out there and get what I wanted, no matter how hard it was going to be. And it got me to the point where I was kind of ungrateful for the things that I was given, just because I kind of let that mindset of no one's helping you, just go out and get it, that it pushed me to the point where I stopped caring what people gave me, kind of pushed it to the side and took advantage of it, because that's what a lot of people did to me. So I mean, I'm just like, if everybody can do it to me, why can't I do it to them? But I see that as not the right way to take that, and I've got to improve on that.
I wish I could change how I felt about my body, and I wasn't so self-conscious all the time. That'd be good. My mom was that way, and so my sister and I are both that way, so it's not surprising. She's exactly the same. She still is at 75. She's still very self-conscious of herself, and it definitely rubbed off on all of us.
I care too much about what people think about me, and I definitely need to change that. I've always been different from everyone, and I always tried to change myself to be like other people, and I've learned to be myself recently, but growing up, I wish that I changed it sooner, because I missed out on a lot of opportunities, and I missed out on a lot of times being happy for myself. Yeah, I stopped relying on other people's opinions, and I just started having my own. There's like a lot of times that it's happened. Like, I've always been pushed out of groups. Like, an example I like to use is when there's 3 friends on a sidewalk, I'm always the one who's in the grass. So, yeah, that's an example I like to use, and I feel like I'm always getting pushed out. But I've started to realize I need to not be with those people who make me feel like that anymore. I needed to stop I need to stop depending on other people's opinions.
My mentality, I'm kind of stuck in the past sometimes. Like, I still look at myself as if I was the person I was years back instead of looking at who I am now. In the moment, I'm like, I'm who I am now. But when I'm just kind of thinking, I just see myself as who I used to be, and I really hate that. Just sort of an asshole, a bad person, no regard for people. I like to think that I'm not like that anymore. I think that I'm a lot nicer and caring, but I still think I'm a bad person a lot, even over small things. A lot of guilt, I guess, was the main thing, and sort of realizing that I wasn't happy with how I was treating people. I wanted those deep connections, and when you're a dick to everybody, you don't really get a lot of deep connections with people. So that was the main factor.
I used to be 350 pounds, and I've been, I guess, struggling with my weight my whole life, but I've always lacked confidence. I lost 130 pounds, and then through the grief and depression, I gained 100 of it back, and so I was confident for like a smidge in my life, but now I'm not anymore. So it's like right now I'm working on the confidence, knowing that my weight does not determine my worth. I can be confident in the body that I'm in the breath that I'm breathing right now, and in this particular moment, I don't have to be a certain size, a certain number on the scale. That confidence is a gift God gives us, to be a light, to be able to love, to be able to just pour into other people. And I know that right now I'm struggling with my confidence, and I'm not my best self when I'm not as confident, because then I'm shying away from conversations like this. You know, I don't know if I would have done this if I was not, with them, but having supportive friends around you that push you out of your comfort zone, you're not going to grow if you're always in the same spot. And I also need to work on that as well. Like, be comfortable being uncomfortable, because if you're always comfortable, you're never going to grow. And life is about growing. It's about learning. It's about evolving. It's about just being molded into who God's meant for you to be. And I know that confidence is just a big factor. So I need to work on my confidence and my security, really, in myself, because insecurity plays into that as well. So.
You're doing your big one. You're so great.
Oh, thanks, Will.
Don't doubt yourself for a second. I need to change my patience. I need to be so much more patient in life, in the little things and the big things, and me and other people. I have a very high moral code, which is great, but sometimes I'm a little judgmental. So I need to have patience, like waiting in traffic, but also with humans, because we're flawed.
I wish I was as thin as my patience. Because, baby. Both
go ahead in here, but yes, no, I feel you. I think that people are innately born good, unfortunately. And it might sound a little rose-colored glasses, but to make it biblical, we fall from grace in different ways. Like, if you're not nurtured, nature's versus nurture is the whole thing, but like, nurture is big, and I do think community is the only thing. Like, we only have each other. And no matter what you believe in, no matter what else is gonna happen, while we're here and while we're together, we have to take care of each other. So I want us to do better and be better. So I don't want my expectations lower in that sense. But maybe in the smaller things, yes. I would concede to you on the smaller things. But in the bigger things, I just want us to all be better. For the greater good. Because it's better that way.
Right.
Stop being assholes and, anyways.
Get out of the left-hand lane if you're going to go slow. No, I'm just kidding.
I agree. I was saying concur and agree at the same time. I agree. I would say one thing I wish I could change about myself is how I speak to myself. I think sometimes I can tell somebody else, like, hey, love yourself and do that. But then when it comes to loving me, sometimes I don't do that the way that I should. Yeah, I wish I could do better at that.
Well, we go love you while you're talking crap about yourself.
Yeah.
I would say more, I'm like kind of impatient as well, but I would say more financial. I would change my financial situation because I'm impatient with that. I know my business is going to take off and flourish, but I wanted to happen tomorrow, but I know it's not going to happen tomorrow. So that would be one more thing. I would say between those two, my financial situation and my patience, because it kind of runs together, because that's what I'm impatient about, my financial situation. So until, I get through the storm and then the rainbow comes and, everybody's happy.
The rainbow, I love it.
So